discussed about, I have shown you with respect to different type of architectures related to enterprise also, and with respect to architecture of the buildings with respect to that, and also architecture of the enterprise also. Both examples we have seen in the previous class. In today's class, actual Zuckman framework with respect to enterprise architecture, we'll see. In that, actually, it can be generally you can see with respect to the Zuckman framework for enterprise architecture, that is classification with respect to names and audience perspective also we'll see, and classification of the names and module names, and with respect to audience perspective from left hand side towards right hand side, it will be moving with respect to the architecture verification. Okay. Here, with respect to audience perspective, executive perspective, that is business context planners, you can see here. And in this, for each and every levels of the row, you will be verifying with respect to the questions. That is what has to be done, how it has to be verified, and where it has to be implemented, who has to take the responsibility of this, and when we have to identify this or implement this one, and why we are doing this one. All these questions has to satisfy with respect to each and every levels of the row and columns also. Okay. And in this executive perspective, if we are seeing inventory identification has to be done, and process identification. See, extensive perspective, if we are taking, means when we are starting our own business, at that time, what all things we have to verify, or what all things we have to do. Here, extensive perspective, what we are doing with respect to extensive perspective, inventory identification we have to do. Means first what type of implementation we are doing, that we have to see. Next is how we are going to do it. We have to find out the process. If we are finding out the process, it will be easy to know where we are going to implement. Distribution identification means where and all its access is there, and where and all you can verify with respect to these implementation, and where you can be transmitting it, where it can be used. All those things we'll see in the third one. And who, responsibility identification, who has to take care of this implementation methods with respect to the levels, with respect to the departments, everything we'll see in who. And with respect to when, timing identification, what step we have to take when, all those things we can see with respect to in fifth column, that is when we are going to implement it. And then in the sixth one, why, that is motivation identification. See, all those things we can implement, you can implement in your project presentation also. Can you see that what we are doing as a project, how we are going to do this, where we are going to do it, who has to do which part, and when we are going to complete it, and why we are doing this. Motivation with respect to doing your project. Here also you can see with respect to business enterprises, with respect to audience perspective. Okay, that is why we are going to do this, or why we are going to implement this product, that is related to why. Okay, and here scope, context, scope identification, list we have to see in the first row only, that is with respect to model names. Next, if we are seeing with respect to business management perspective, if we are doing with respect to business management, then what we have to do, inventory definitions, that is business entity and business relationship, what should be done with respect to business management perspective. How it has to be done, process identification, same thing with respect to business management perspective also, that is business transform or business input or output thing. Next, if we are going with respect to where, that is distribution definition, that is business location and business connections. Always where comes with respect to business means what are the locations we are going to implement your business and where the business connection has to be communicating from one to another location. If we are going for who, that is responsibility definition. Who is taking the highest responsibility, who is taking the lowest responsibility. In that way, you have to identify business goals and business work product also has to be communicating from one row to another row. Next, timing definition, business intervals, that is where you have, when you have started, in what level you are reaching after 1 year or 2 years. In that way, you are going to check related to timing definition. Motivation definition, that is business end. Business means why we have started, why we are ending it. That you will get to know in business management perspective. Then architect perspective, that inventory representation, system entry and system relationship, that is architect perspective. What is the actual entry point related to your business or architecture, and what all the relationship are there between one to another one. Then only you can create a proper architecture related to that. How? That is process representation, that is system transformation, system input output, that is transformation from one to another one, that you will see process representation, starting step to the end step you will be verifying it, where that is distribution representation, system location and connections. What are the systems starting point to the end point and how it is connected, that is related to architecture. And who roles also you have to represent with respect to architecture, and when, that is time interval, system interval and movement with respect to the results. And motivation representation, system end and system means you will be verifying with respect to overall architecture. In this, you will be finding out the system logic. Then is engineering perspective. One sec. Where were we? Architect is over. And engineer perspective. With respect to engineer perspective, what is inventory specification? With respect to technology, you will be thinking related to engineer perspective. Means what all technology we are having, technology relationship between one to another one. And how process specification in terms of technology transform, technology input and output, all those things you will verify with respect to how. And where, that is distribution specification, technology location and technology connections. All this engineering perspective revolves around the technology only. Responsibility specification, technology role and technology work product, all those things come under who. And when is timing specification, technology interval, technology movement, that comes under when. And why, motivation specification related to technology and technology means all what I, in what technology it got in and in what technology we have started our own business or work. In that will come under engineering perspective. As we have discussed, it is always dependent on the technology. Technologies, physics, you will consider with respect to fourth row. If you are going for the fifth row, that is technology perspective, that is inventory configuration and tool relationship. You will be checking related to technician perspective. Means it is in the lower order. Wherever you only tools and usage of the materials or usage of the components, you will be doing it. Here, inventory configuration, what we are going to see, tool entry and relationship. How is tool transform and tool input output, that is with respect to process configuration. Where is distribution configuration, tool location and tool connection with respect to distribution configuration. If you are going with respect to who, that is responsibility configuration, that is who is taking the role related to tool roles and tool work and product related. When and tool interval and movement means when it has to be used, when it should not be used, and what is the time interval to use these tools. All those things come under when. Why is tool and tool means motivation configuration with respect to that. Here always, as we have discussed till now, everything is related to tools. That's why it is a tool component row. Here technology related, it is related to architecture, is related to system logic, and if you are going for business management, it is related to perspective, it is scope. And enterprise perspective, if you are seeing with respect to overall enterprise, then what should be checked here? That is inventory instantations, that is operations entities operation relationship. What all the operations we are doing means what all the functions we are doing with respect to overall enterprise, that comes under what we are doing in the enterprise. If you are going for how, that is the process related instantations, that is operation transform and operation input output with respect to that process interventions. If we are going with respect to distribution, operation location and operation connections, how the functions are interconnected. Responsibility, operation roles and operation work products, all those things come under who is doing that. When is timing instantations, that is operation intervals and operational movements, that is related to when. And if you are going for why, motivation in instantations, that is operation ends and operation means, everything comes under why we are doing this, implementing this enterprise. That if you are going for model names, operations instance, the enterprise. Overall, with respect to segment framework, if columns, inventory sets for what, if you are going for how, it is process flows, where distribution networks, who is responsibility assessments, when is timing cycles, and why is related to motivation intentions. If you are knowing with respect to these column top ends related to classification now, if you are going for enterprise names, if you remember these things, overall structure representation of your segment framework will become easy for you people. Okay, and this overall representation of segment framework, normally it will come for 12 to 15 marks for your actual primitive models versus composite models. A primitive model resides only within one cell, and a primitive model can exhaustively answer one of the 6 functional interrogative questions, that is, what is this, what, how, where, when, who, and why. For example, you can see here only we have asked with respect to these questions only. 6 questions we'll be asking with respect to each and every levels. Okay, that's why it is a primitive model resides only within one cell. You can take it as one part here. See, in this one block you can take it as a one primitive model. Each and every primitive model will get one of these queries, that is when, what, how, where, when, and who, and why. For example, you can take it as what are all of the roles in the enterprise, what are all the roles of the enterprise, and what are all the process in the enterprise, how we are going to do with respect to process, and roles comes under who is taking the responsibility. That's why who and how will come into place. Next is composite model, that is crosses between the columns. For example, role X process matrix. If here, see, whatever we have seen here, it is not always related to vertical column and horizontal rows. You are not going through any cross verification and cross representations here. That's why not a composite model. That is a primitive model. How do architecture frameworks help us with the cyber security? That is NIST special publication 800 to 839 defines that the role of executive risk executive is in charge of business continuity and disaster recovery among other risks. With respect to risk executives, is in charge of the business continuity and disaster recovery among other risks. And to do continuity and DR, the exhaustive list of the enterprise process is required for it. That is what we populate segment from a column to with how. See, if you are going with respect to risk executives in segment framework, you can see related to how the responsibility identification, how we are going to identify the problems, how we are going to overcome from those things that will come under how. Okay, in second part, that is how. Yeah, in that representation, you are going to find out second column. In second column, the segment framework, how we are going to find out a exhaustive list of enterprise processes, what all the exhaustive lists are there, that we are going to identify in this how column. Risk exhaustion needs a blueprint of the organization, that is enterprise architecture, to know whether or not to approve the changes. If any changes are needed, first we'll find out the blueprint and it will check for the risk executive needs, means if there is there any risks are there, if it is not there, then no need to change. If any risks are observed or if any problems are observed with respect to blueprint or your architecture, enterprise architecture, then the changes has to be done, but it should get the approval from the higher authorities. If you conduct changes without a blueprint, and catastrophe is likely. Example, building collapses. Like problem will occur if you don't have the proper enterprise architecture, then what all changes you have to do that you won't get to know. That's why we are not going to change anything with respect to the if any security related issues occurs, if any problem occurs, we are not going to change any of the connections or any of the implementation or any of the roles, process or implementation related work without the blueprint. Everyone has their own specifications. That is, Zuckman rows represent the full range of specification perspective. Uh, Executive, that is with respect to specifications, executive, business management, architect, engineer, technician, and the enterprise. You can see all these rows, respective rows here. That is executive perspective, business management, architect perspective, engineer, technician, and enterprise perspective. These are the 6 rows which we can identify with respect to Zuckman framework. I think this is visible. This rows represent the full range of specification perspectives, that is executive, business, architect, engineer, technician, and enterprise. For examples of common cybersecurity specifications are system security plan, plan of actions and milestones, and accreditation letter. These all things come under cybersecurity specification. That is, first is system security plan, plan of actions and milestones, and accreditation letter are the main examples of common cybersecurity specifications. And the gold mine in the row 2. If I am checking with respect to the rows, first row 2 is the business management perspective. If see in row 2 you can see business management perspective. which will be related to if that proper row is perfectly maintained or perfectly implemented or perfectly architectured, then it will be giving the high level of results with respect to the company architecture or with respect to security. The gold mine in row 2. Row 2 is the business management perspective. Business managers control investment decisions for the enterprise, that is the money. With respect to business managers, it will control the investment decisions of the overall enterprise. For that reason, you can consider it as a uh, gold mine of the Zuckman framework. In row 2 models are hierarchies, and all the primitives are categorized in the hierarchy, and closeness in the hierarchy implies similarity. A deep hierarchy represents a detailed understanding of each set of primitives. Whenever we are going with respect to row 2, all of the primitives are categorized in the hierarchy. What are the primitives we are checking related to the row 2? All the levels are maintained with respect to hierarchy. That is, first level, higher order level will be in the top level, and with respect to the lower levels, it will be maintained in the proper hierarchy. And closeness in the hierarchy implies the similarity. If any closeness with respect to the same columns or same rows it is representing, it implies the similarities. A deep hierarchy representation represents the detailed understanding of each set of primitives. The deep hierarchy represents the detailed understanding of each set of primitives. As we have discussed in the primitives, see, each and every levels of primitives are there. The levels with respect to your row 2 also, each set will be showing show the set of primitives. Framework for row 3, that is row 3 contains the models for the architects representative. Row 3 is related to frameworks. Contains the models for the architect's perspective, always related to architect perspective we are going to see in the row 3. Architects do not specify every detail. That's what engineers do in the row 4. In row 4, you are not going to see what engineers will be doing with respect to the architecture part. In this, only designing part and rotation part with respect to the levels you are going to see in the architecture part. Architecturally significant constraints, that is critical success factors, will come under architecture level. For example, row 3 frameworks for defense industry, DODAF and MODAF, with respect to defense industry and all, the framework is the main part, main role it will play related to defense industry. Solution architecture, TOGAF, IEEE 1471 and iOS IEC 42010 will represent related to frameworks. And telecommunication and finance, RMODP will come under with respect to telecommunication and frame finance. Always these type of architectures are, sorry, these type of industries or these type of implementations we are going to do, or we are going to concentrate mainly on the frameworks. Okay, means if the architecture is proper, interconnection between one level to the another level is proper, then automatically overall industry or overall architecture will be good, or overall architecture will be maintained securely and communication will be done properly. For that reason, the third row works with respect to framework. Architectural problem solving patterns are business question analysis, document mining, hierarchy formation, and enterprise workshop, and nominal group technique, and mini patterns for problem solving meetings. These are the main architectural problem solving patterns. Will be, see, if any problem occurs with respect to any of the architectural problems occurs, then how to solve this. First, we are going to do business question analysis, means where the problem has occurred. With respect to that, what all the problem has implemented or consequences faced by the business. With respect to this, question analysis will be there. Where it has happened, when it has happened, what is the cause for that, what is the root cause for that. That question and answer analysis we are doing. With respect to that, you will get to know in which part of the architecture you got a problem. Okay. Document mining. For each and every levels of implementation, you will be maintaining the documents. With respect to that, you will be identifying the methods or implementation parts and where the problem has been occurred by checking the documentation. Hierarchy formation, levels of representation, top level to the lower level. After hierarchy formation, you easily you can find out in which level you have got the problem by seeing the hierarchy architecture. Enterprise workshop, with respect to a working level, in the enterprise workshop, you can find out the problems in by seeing the architecture. And nominal group technique, with rest by using the groups, you can find out, by verifying the techniques or verification techniques, you can find out the architecture problem. You can nominate one group or you can create one committee to find out these architectural problems. And mini patterns for problem solving meetings, you can weekly or monthly meetings can be organized to find out the architectural problems or architectural problem solving patterns with respect to your architecture or industry or business. Next is one by one you can see, that is business question analysis, that is determines the appropriate meta model for an enterprise architecture. Meta model means that what meta model for an enterprise architecture. Meta model means that what kind of entities and relationship we have with the model, that is related to meta model. Entities means what all the input part, what is the output part, and what is the interconnection between one to another one, which will give the relationship model with respect to the enterprise architecture. Starts with the questions from business owners, that is proceed with the selection of primitives, that is columns from the segment framework. You will be finding out the questions with respect to business owners, what all the columns we have, that is what, how, when, where, and uh, who. All these things, these questions has to be will be asked by the business owners to find out and create the segment framework with respect to business question analysis. The business questions drive the relationship that will be modeled, that is using matrices across the columns. That is related to business question analysis.